What's up, guys? It's Rowan here from LWAH where we help you earn money online, find remote working jobs, or start an online business, of which freelance writing is one. So, in this clip, I'm going to share with you the 7-step to success process for becoming a freelance writer. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap on the bell so you're updated or you get all my videos as they get uploaded. Now, before we jump into the 7 steps, let's just have a very quick look at the various types of freelance writing that are out there, or some of them at least. So number 1 is blogging. That is where, say for example, here's the Love Work at Home blog, where we have how to become a freelance writer, sure enough. So yeah, if you want a more detail than what this video provides, make sure you jump onto the blog there to have a really better look into this. There's also SEO content, so that's where you create content that's keyword optimized to try to get it up the Google search rankings or the search engine rankings. There's web content writing, there's copywriting, there's ghostwriting. So copywriting, is where you're creating text that is basically for a sales letter. There's ghostwriting, where you might write under you are writing the content for someone else and they use their name. So your name never goes out there. And there's also article writing, amongst other things. So let's jump straight into this 7 steps to success. Okay, number 1 is define your niche. So if you check out this video that I'll put a card up in the corner here, this video at the 6.5 minute mark, I ask a whole bunch of questions that helps tease out of your mind what are your passions and experiences. That's going to really help you define your niche and what you want to write about. Now, once you've used that exercise to define what you want to write about, then you got to ask yourself some questions. Let's say, for example, that you wanted to write about travel. I'll just change this. You got to ask yourself, what appeals to you more? Is it backpacking or luxury? And what do you want to give more importance to? Is it the experience or is it the convenience of this sort of travel? What do you want to focus on? Is it relaxation or is it adventure? And what is your style? Is it flirty and fun, or is it more kind of factual based? So defining your niche is super important, because people and businesses out there who are looking for freelance writers, they want people who fit into their niche and fit into the message and the brand that they're trying to convey and push out to the world. So if you fit within that, you'll have a much better chance than if you spread your niche out and you try to talk to everyone, because essentially you'll talk to no one that way. Number 2 is improve your writing skills. So I'll give you a stack of different ways for you to think about and pick out whichever one of these you think might help you. One is writing meditation, where you, preferably first thing in the morning, just get some paper out, or paper's the best because, that connection between your brain and your hand is just so important. But, do it on your laptop if you find that easier. And just mentally unload on that paper. Just let everything out. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. Just clear your mind out of all the different thoughts you have and really clear out whatever was going on there the day before or the week before. Another couple of ways are to go to a cafe or to catch up with friends. If you go to a cafe and just listen to the various conversations, and then just start using your imagination, because imagination is such an important aspect of being a freelance writer, and just start writing down your thoughts on what you're hearing and where the conversation could go. Another is follow your favorite brands and see what their messages they're conveying to the world. See what they are pushing out there and add your own little spin on it. Create your own little stories about what they're doing and maybe where they could go. You could also send articles to crowdsource kind of websites or social media pages, or do some language and grammar tests on sites like Upwork and various others. Just Google language and grammar tests and you'll find a whole stack out there to help sharpen your skills. And obviously reading. You've got to read. If you want to be a great writer, you've got to be a voracious reader. Number 3 is create a portfolio. So what's a portfolio? It's basically a list of services that you already do and services that you can offer. Why do you need one? You kind of got to market yourself. You got to sell yourself. You got to get yourself out there, and a portfolio is a great way to showcase what you do. So here are some tips for creating a great portfolio. Number 1 is to showcase only your best and most recent content. Another one is to focus on pieces that really show your core skills. So if you're really good at research, then show these pieces that portray that skill of researching. Or maybe you're very humorous. You've got a great sense of humor, and that comes out when you write. Use that. Show these pieces so that people get that. Now, on that, have versatility in your tone. So, yeah, if it's humor, great. If it's conversational, great. If it's informative, great. Show all these different aspects to you so people get an understanding that it's you don't just do one thing. But on that, don't pack in too many pieces into your portfolio. You don't want to have hundreds and hundreds there that people are trying to scroll through. You want a succinct little set that really showcases your best skills and abilities, and also categorize your content. So separate your long form from your short form, and separate your, whatever you've got. Do you have a bunch of social media posts or blog posts or articles or ghostwritten articles or whatever they might be? Separate them up so that people can have a look at them specifically and see what you do that relates to what they need. And of course, in your portfolio, you've got to have your bio. You've got to explain a bit about yourself. That's important because people like to buy off other people, not other businesses. Number 4, know the tools. So here are a couple. Now, remember that you don't want to go compiling a list and get too deep into all these tools. Just learn them as you need them. When you work out that you need some images, then find an image related tool. Or if you need some help with your grammar, then hey, go to Grammarly, for example. So I'll give you just a couple to get you on the road to show you what's out there. Grammarly is obviously one. It's as you can see up here, it kind of highlights things and makes it easier, makes making changes a lot easier. In terms of your grammar. There's also One Look Dictionary, so you can put a word in there and it does all these different sorts of things. You can find words and phrases that start with that word. You can find words and phrases that end with that word, so you get a much better understanding about how that word is used, and obviously the definition, the dictionary definition of it. Hemingway, similar to Grammarly, also highlights things, but one of the best features about Hemingway Editor, it's great for grammar, is it shows you this readability score. So you want to get that really nice and low. Grade 6 is good. As strange as that sounds, writing content for grade 6, that's what people want to be reading. Nice content that's nice and easy to digest. And another one here is Canva. As I mentioned before, if you need to get photos or images or create some images, then Canva has a whole stack of templates, whether it's logos, posters, brochures, wallpaper, icons, photos, all that sort of stuff. So they are a couple of tools that you might find handy. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5, craft your pitch. So you need to let people out there know that you exist and that you are the best person for the job. First thing to note for crafting your pitch is do not use cookie cutter templates, because they reek of copy and paste and people can see straight through that. Now, there's generally going to be 2 ways that you get jobs. One is going to be through like the freelancing portals, Upwork, Freelancer, that sort of thing. And the second is when you approach a company. Now, with the first one, that will come when you're on Freelancer or Upwork or whatever freelancing portal it is. The projects that come through there are going to have a specific set of requirements. So you just need to read through that and ask some intelligent questions and some educated questions. I've used many freelancers for writing and other things, and the ones that I have selected are generally the ones that I can see have read the brief and they understand it, and they've asked me some questions that make sense. They're not just throwing a random question in there, but you can tell they've digested what I'm after. The second thing, as I mentioned, was when you approach a company and offer your service to them. So you might want to be a guest blogger for a blog site, and with the aim of increasing conversions or gaining new leads or something like that. Now, with that, you want to do your research. So you want to look at this company or the blog or the brand or whatever it may be and get a really good understanding on what they are like, what they are after. The beautiful thing about doing your research on this company is it'll do 2 things. One is you'll work out how you can plug some holes in the content that they are creating or the message that they're portraying, but it'll also help you pitch, because you'll get a really good understanding on what their brand is like and what their voice is trying to portray. Now, if you're going for more of a offline medium like newspapers or magazines or something like that, then it's best to send a letter to the editors with some information, or an email perhaps, old school, talk about showing my age. You can have in this email or letter, if you want to do it that way, your bio, also the story idea. So what is it that you think, how can you help them, and also the purpose of the article, and how the information that you're going to give will achieve the outcome that they might be after. So writing these proposals can be time consuming in the beginning, and it can be laborsome, and it can feel like you're not going anywhere, but as time progresses, you'll get better and better at it, and you'll start winning more and more jobs. Okay, step number 6 is finding jobs. So I'm not going to go into that in this video, but if you check out this video here, that's going to show you a bunch of freelance websites or different websites, writers' websites where you can find jobs. Number 7, finally, the 7 steps. The 7th step is track your earnings. So obviously, unlike a regular job, your income is going to be haphazard. It's going to be more at times and less at other times. So this can get very out of control and easy to lose track of. Financial management is really, really important. So put together a spreadsheet and put on there some of the things like the clients you have, the income, the pending income, the invoices you've sent, all the things that you think are important. If you want to, you can even make it look fancy and put some graphs on there so you can show your, hopeful upward trends and not your backward trends. You'll really know if you're starting to make progress sorry, I'm getting my tongue tied. If you're doing, earning more and kind of doing the same amount or even less projects, that means that the clients you're getting are better value clients, and, you're earning more per article. So, that's, a great sign. So I hope you got something out of that. I hope you also have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.